Long ago, in the golden sands of the Tafilalet oasis, there lived a young woman named Amira. She was known throughout her village for her beautiful rugs, woven with intricate patterns that seemed to tell stories. People would travel from distant towns just to see her work, saying her rugs were magical, as if they carried the spirit of the desert. Amira lived in a small clay house surrounded by palm trees. Her loom stood in the center of her home, its wooden frame worn smooth from years of use. Every morning as the sun rose over the dunes, she would sit by her loom, her hands moving swiftly as she wove threads of crimson, gold, and deep blue. One day, a merchant passing through the oasis stopped by her house. He was dressed in fine robes and carried a bundle of rare silk threads. "Merchant, Amira, I've heard of your skill. I've traveled far to ask for a special rug, one that captures the soul of the Sahara. Can you weave such a piece for me?" "Amira, the desert speaks to those who listen. I will weave the rug, but you must be patient. It takes time to capture the spirit of the sands." The merchant agreed, and Amira began her work. For days she wove, drawing inspiration from the shifting dunes, the whispering wind, and the golden light of the sun. Each thread carried a piece of the desert, the fiery red of sunset, the soft beige of the sand, and the deep indigo of the night sky. But as she worked, Amira realized something was missing. The rug didn't feel alive. It was beautiful, yes, but it lacked the magic that her rugs were known for. One evening, as the sky turned to twilight, Amira left her loom and walked into the desert. The cool sand crunched under her feet, and the stars began to appear, one by one, like tiny lamps in the sky. She sat by a small dune and closed her eyes, listening to the silence. Then she heard it, a faint melodious sound, like a song carried on the wind. She opened her eyes to see an old man sitting nearby, playing a ney flute. His face was weathered, and his eyes sparkled like the stars above. "Amira, who are you?" "Old man, I am a traveler like the wind. Why do you look troubled, young weaver?" Amira explained her task and her struggle to capture the soul of the desert. "Old man, the desert is not just sand and sky, it is the stories of those who walk its paths. If you wish to weave its soul, you must weave its stories." The next morning, Amira returned to her loom with renewed inspiration. She began adding new patterns to the rug, the footprints of a camel caravan, the curve of a crescent moon, and the delicate petals of a desert rose. She also wove stories into her work, the laughter of children playing by an oasis, the songs of women grinding argan seeds, and the rhythm of drums echoing in the night. Each thread carried a memory, a piece of life from the desert. When the rug was finished, the merchant returned. His eyes widened as he looked at the masterpiece before him. "Merchant, this is not just a rug. It is the heart of the desert itself." Amira smiled, knowing she had done more than create a beautiful piece of art. She had preserved the stories of her people, woven into a tapestry that would last for generations. The rug was taken to faraway lands where it was admired by kings and scholars. But Amira remained in her small house in Tafilalet, weaving her magic into every thread, keeping the spirit of the desert alive. And so, as you go about your day, remember Amira's lesson? True beauty lies not just in what we create but in the stories and memories we weave into our lives.